Good morning. Headed out. Doc Campbell's. Camp back there down the river just a ways. Just pretty fun. It's a cool area. As you can see, it's very beautiful. It's chilly. I haven't checked on how cold it is yet this morning, but if I had to guess, it's probably in the 30s. We're in this little valley, so I've been using the sleeping bag zipped all the way up. Haven't used the foot warmer yet, but it might be coming. Yeah, I'm gonna head up this morning, get some coffee at the post up there, get some, charge some electronics, and head out of town. I still haven't decided if I'm gonna do the high route or do more of the river. Right now, I am very inclined not to have to cross a river. That could change as the day goes on. There's also a lot of places on the high route that the high route branches down to the Gila alternate route, so you can actually get back to the river in a few spots, which is nice. So we'll see. Take it as it comes. Whatever I feel like. You could also get out of the river if you needed to as well. You gotta see this. Hopefully you can see it good. Stunningly beautiful. Who knew? River to mountaintop peaks. Part of the forest reminds me of behind enemy lines. Pretty cool. Well, this has been a fun section. Of course, it's going to get windy right now. I'm completely out of water. I am a mile from the second alleged water source. The first one had no water. So we've done 16 miles today, and it's been fun. We got up around 8,000 feet again, and it was definitely a climb. Makes you realize that that weight thing might matter when you start climbing up mountains. On the flat, it's one thing, on the feet and everything, but when you start going up, it gets a little woo. So we'll see. Hopefully there's water at this next place, because I'm coming in empty. I got, I'm not carrying any extra water weight this time, which is a first for me. I'm usually pretty conservative with water, but that's okay. It's nice not to have the extra weight. I just hope there's water here. Okay, we made it. And look what's down there. Water! Woo! Yeah, we got this cool little campsite I gotta show you. It's New Mexico state land owned, forest, fish and game owned. Yes. I think that's what the sign says. It's got this little cabin, behind me the fireplace. It's pretty cool. And we'll get the tent set up. Have a great night. Morning. May 7th, beautiful morning. It was a very crisp, I think 26 degrees this morning. with like 70-something% humidity, which was, and that was in the tent with me. So had to make sure, put the water filter in the foot of my sleeping bag, make sure that didn't freeze. You know, sleep with the phone, and it's just a whole new set of challenges, but the sleeping bag did great. I sent my Durston off, and I'm hoping that my dad can sew a new zipper in that, or we can get it fixed somehow. But I have a Lanshan 2 as a replacement for the meanwhile, and it's doing pretty good. It's pitching it was, and it's a whole learning curve with pitching a new tent, but I think I got it figured out, and it's not a bad tent at all. The sleeping bag did great last night. It's the 15-degree Magma REI bag, and it did wonderful. I usually use it as a quilt instead of a sleeping bag, and it works great, honestly. You can use it as a sleeping bag for sure, but using it as a quilt with a beanie worked just fine for me. So we're gonna try and get to Snow Lake today. It's about 17 miles, which is about what we did yesterday. Yesterday was the high route, and when they say the high route, they meant, yeah, you're going up, because I think we crested 8,000 feet up and back a few times yesterday in different increments. We're at about 6,000 now, and I think we go back down to the river, and then you have the option of following the river or going back up on the high route again, which I'll have to make that decision when it comes. By the time I get there, I think that's about 6 miles away, so I'll probably be a little warmer at that point, and the river may be a little more appealing, but we'll see. Okay, this is the Snow Dam. I don't know what it's called, it's probably not, but then we have Snow Lake. My lake. Yeah, I had to put in a little while ago. It's pretty nice, you know, a little windy, but fun to jet ski and boat on and fish and all that other stuff. Well, it is much calmer this morning, so I figured I'd take another video here at Snow Lake. It's a very beautiful lake. It tastes good. I guess that's a weird thing to know, but when you need water, you need water. And they don't have the water turned on in the campsites quite yet. It said, I think it said November to April, the sign it was shut off, and it is May, but it's not on yet. Come on there, fishing gang. That's okay. Plenty of water out there. It was nice. Didn't plan on staying here last night, but I sat down, took the shoes off, emptied the gravel out, was letting the soles dry, letting the socks dry, and shoot, I don't know, there was like 10 people that showed up, and we all just kind of sat around for a minute and got hungry, and then the sun was pretty much going down, so we're like, well, I guess we're camping here. So we had a big old impromptu hiker town set up, which was fun. But yeah, everyone's moseying out this morning at their own pace and get on north. This little canyon is stunning. Very beautiful. So secluded. It'd be nice to have a house right here, I'm not gonna lie. These have these very deserty hills. And then it's almost like somebody mowed the grass. Spectacular. Just thought I'd share the latest game that I've been playing for the last 4 miles called Pick the Flattest Place to Walk. And yeah, it's catching on, you know, probably be in the Olympics soon with sponsors and teams and you know, all that good stuff. Well, I don't know if you can see it. Way back there on the mountains, I think right here is the first bit of snow that I've seen on the whole trail. Yikes! No snow! But that's okay. Better way over there than right here, right? Well, I've been around wild horses, and I can't say these look wild to me, in so much as they're letting me get close to them. Why the long face? Maybe they are wild. They look a little wild, but that view. It's not exactly dark. You still got a few hours until sunset, but I cannot pass this up. The road's right over there. Got the creek running down. And it runs around this little grass-covered peninsula that is completely flat. Spectacular view here. We're at about 8,000 feet, so we are definitely high up. Oh, I was gonna show you too. It's even got a seat. So it's special, and we're staying here tonight. So the phone says 45,000 steps today. With a little bit of quick math, that seems just about accurate. So what it seems like is a lot, actually. And my feet are like, yeah, you're done walking. We did oh good Lord, I don't even know, it was like 15 miles of dirt road, like gravel dirt roads that are all graded, and man, that stuff tears your feet up because it's just a ton of little uneven surfaces you just step on over and over, and you know, literally tens of thousands of times. So this is such a beautiful sight here. I mean, it's just, couldn't pass it up. So I'm gonna make some food. I'm gonna enjoy the evening. Hopefully the wind doesn't kick up, which it's, wind here is so weird. It's super gusty and then it dies down. It's super gusty and then dies down, which could be worse. Could be just windy all the time, you know. It's brisk. 29 this morning. Real nice though. Sun's peeking through the trees a little bit, as you can see behind me. Yeah, had a good night. Had a fire again this morning. Had a fire last night. I didn't mention that. I probably should have taken some video, but I mean, who hasn't seen a campfire on video? Good little morale booster. Somebody else showed up in camp. Younger kid. Definitely reiterated the hike your own hike mentality out here for me. Sometimes people say stuff, get caught up in what others think, and I'm so glad that I can just do my own thing out here. It's really what you got to do. You can run the whole way. You can be ultra light. You can be ultra heavy. You can stop at every single thing you see for an hour. Take breaks, take no breaks. I mean, it's just totally your own thing. On another note, I think we have about 80 miles left to Pie Town, so I think it'll take about 4 days, something like that. There's some terrible road walks into Pie Town, but I'll probably do them. I didn't end up, I told myself on the last stretch to Silver City, if somebody ended up pulling over and asking me if I wanted to ride, I would. But I'm kind of glad I didn't, or nobody did. And so I got to walk the whole thing. But it definitely takes a toll on your feet in a weird way, walking on the road, whether it's gravel or paved or whatever. I'll just continue to do my road walks, I think. The goal right now, I think, is to walk the whole thing. Continuous footpath type deal. And I know that's different for everybody, but that's my goal. Oh, made it to the top, ish. I guess you could still go up more if you wanted, but we're looking at 9,000, almost even here on the watch. Started at 7,900 4 hours ago. So, yep, gonna get a few things to eat. It's about 10 o'clock. I know if I don't eat right now, I'm gonna start to feel it. And just a few bars, maybe some beef jerky, some cheese, whatever else I can find in there. Running a little low on alcohol, so keep the stove lighting to a minimum for maybe the backpacker meals and stuff. Yeah, that's not what you want to see. That would be a fire. I'm not sure if that's where we're going or if they will shut down where we're going. Luckily the winds are pretty calm at the moment, but it wouldn't take much, I'm sure, to spread. Hopefully they have it under control. By the time we get there, I would say it's not naturally caused, just given that we haven't had any storms in the last few days, and it seems to be small enough that I mean, who am I to judge the size of a forest fire? But if I had to guess, just knowing nothing, I would say it started today or yesterday. Again, I know nothing about that, but just a wild guess. Hope they can get it put out. Hope nobody gets hurt is the biggest thing. Ooh, look at that beast. As always, you gotta add something to it and don't knock it over. Oh God. Okay. That's taller than I am. Landslide. I swear it's leaning downhill too. That's funny. The things you see. Alright, this is Govina Canyon. It's one of the alternates. It probably cuts off a few miles. I just like it because there's water. But no, I don't know. I just made the decision when I got to the fork, and this is what I wanted to do, so I did it. I'm glad I already got water. I'd be scared to bend down next to this. Freaking alligators gonna come and get you. don't know if the level of green is showing up in the video, but that is some green swampy water. Probably the swampiest I've seen yet. Yeah, Govina Canyon. This has been a treat, honestly. I love these choose your own adventure ways where the path's not so clearly defined and marked. As you can see, I mean, it goes along, but you just kind of meander your way through here and keep an eye on the GPS. I got caught sleeping a minute ago and walked down a road a little bit the wrong way. I hate when I do that. But yeah, it's been fun. Would recommend it. I'm sure the higher route on the red line is also very fun. So. Whew. Back at 9,000 feet. In case my breathing wasn't giving that away. Oh. Oh. That was a climb. That was a good one. Didn't stop. It didn't stop. That was good. So I got word from one of my compadres about the fire and 2 potential fires. He was saying that he read that they are both contained with a mild chance of expansion, or however they put it. So, which is good news. I'm happy about that. Beats the alternative. I'm socked in with trees up here on the peak. Unfortunately, I can't see much, but as I get to a trail where I can look out over the mountains over here, I'll make sure that looks to be the case. Of course, you're still going to see smoke if they're still getting it under wraps, but it's good to hear that they got it contained. Yeah, let's eat a little dinner. I'm about exhausted. Got our chili and beans cooked. Yeah, pretty cool little spot. It was like straight down, and all of a sudden it like opened up into this little flat spot. So do a little water filtering. I've got about 2.5 liters. I think that needs to last me another 10 miles or so. Woo, what a view. Sorry for the wind. We definitely still got fire over there, unfortunately, but we'll see when we get there. Man, I gotta show you this valley. It is ferociously beautiful. Looks like there's more fire or smoke or something over there towards the sunset, but yeah, these hills are singing. Woo! Very cool. It's invasion of the bugs.
Yeah.
It's got all kinds of cool colors on it. Well, just the one, I guess. That might be the fire I've been looking at, or what's left of it, but it looks pretty under control. I've been getting news that most of the fires are contained. Okay, we're at about 9,700 feet. That's the top. Well, I guess the top's up there, but I don't really feel like climbing in the trees, so I'm not going to. But yeah, it's a good climb. It was pretty great. Oh my word! Look at that. What is that? First snow of the trip. Wrangler's coming up. Maybe I should hide in the bushes and throw a snowball at him. Wrangler's taking a minute. He probably took a break, which I just did for about a half an hour, but maybe he'll know I was here. Snowman out. Well, I decided to do a little bushwhacking and hopefully it works out, but it looks like somebody's taking a dozer through here at some point. There's all these Water stops. It's pretty easy going. But yeah, it's all cleared out, and the trail does all this crazy wonky back and forth switchback stuff, and this is just walking straight down the hill, and it meets right back up with the trail in theory. So we'll see if that works or not.
Well, that's a crappy video, but that's the only elk I've seen. It's like the jackrabbit of squirrels. He's like, you got food? What you doing there, guy? Almost thought he was gonna run up on my backpack.
Oh, good morning. Sun's peeking through the trees. I'm gonna head off towards Davila Ranch and see who's there. Might stay the night, might not. And I think Pie Town is about a day outside of the ranch there. Yeah, I saw elk, as you'll see in the video. The first one. Been seeing lots of signs of them, but out here they're quite elusive. I don't know why I totally forgot to film this. Or anything about it, really. I took a picture in the restaurant, but 2 days ago we got to the highway, and Wrangler and I did, and he was gonna go into reserve, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And so we got to the highway, and there was a guy sitting there who had done, he was either Triple Crown or close to, but he had done the CDT and was traveling, and Stir Crazy was his name, and he ended up offering us a ride to reserve. He said he was going there anyways, which was cool. So we got a ride in with him. We stayed the night there at the Frisco Lodge, ate 3 huge meals at the only restaurant in town, and for being the only restaurant in town, they are phenomenal. Bella's, I think it's called. They did a great job. I had everything I had there. I absolutely loved burritos, fiesta plate, just massive amounts of food. And it's amazing how a few hours goes by and that you're satiated, but then it just comes right back. So we had a good night, good times. Came back yesterday, took the shuttle back, hiked up and over the peak, camped here tonight. So yeah, that was a really good time. Hoping we can get into Davila Ranch, see what that place is all about. Like I said, I'm in no hurry for Colorado yet. There's still snow up there. I checked the snow tell, and it's still way over 100% of normal in the San Juans. I would love to give that time to melt, because I really do want to hike through there and see those peaks, those mountains and stuff. That's, if I don't, I'll definitely have to come back and do it. Yeah, so I'm totally out of water. I think there's water in a mile or two, some spigot, hopefully. If not, I'll be all right. I just drank a ton of water for breakfast. Yeah, one other thing I wanted to show real quick. These were tight when I started. I mean, you definitely burn the weight off out here. So I might have to order some new pants soon, because these things are falling off.
Made it to Davila Ranch. Just got done cooking. Eggs, potatoes, and pork and beans. And it was amazing. This family's truly generous. John was here and spoke with him a little bit, who owns and operates the facility, and he's an absolute generous, kind human being, and totally grateful for what they do. So they have you know, food in the fridge, they've got washers and dryers, you know, make sure you make your donations. And it's just all donation based, you know. They got Wi-Fi, got guys out here eating still, they got a sink, showers over there, they got a full cooking allotment, and here's their goals. They're trying to get a new dryer, getting a get a couple of things, you know. And he said, I asked him, I said, do you own chickens, or how do you get all those eggs? And he said, well, it'd be a lot of chickens because we run through 120 to 150 dozen eggs per month in the height of the CDT, which blew my mind. So that was pretty nuts. But yeah, water on tap here. You don't even have to filter it. Nice well. It's just the most cool little facility out here in the middle of the ranch. Got electricity piped in and everything. It's just phenomenal what people are willing to do. So thank you. Doing the Great Divide Trail on bikes, which would also be just as much fun, I'm sure. Probably a little faster. He was saying he thought I was batshit crazy, which very well could be true. Yeah, good guys, good people out here for sure. I don't know if I'm seeing this right, and hopefully you can see it, but it appears somebody is walking barefoot out here. Boy, and I thought my feet hurt. Can you imagine? Oh, this road walk. Not complaining. Maybe a little. I mean, you could hitchhike if you want to. I'm just stubborn, I guess. Which John ended up pointing out. He said, every redhead I know is stubborn. And I said, well, I'm no exception to that rule. Just wanted you to see this. It's very picturesque. Very cool out there. Made it to the toaster house. That was a long road walk. Yeah, got everybody's stuff here. Cool little place for sure. New owner or manager, very kind, very generous, and does a great job here. She's on top of it. Yeah, there, as you can see, there's tents over here. There's bike packers. And then on the other side of this, through there, on the other side of the house here, there is like, got to be like 15 tents over there too. So it's definitely a full house. Plus they have beds inside the house that are all taken up, needless to say. So, oh, they have, I forgot, they have naturally growing onions here too. So I might pick a few of those and put them in the potatoes. So here's a Pioneer. We've got just the best pies you can imagine. So much sugar, so much happiness.